in this city. And I think, there's already been so much time, effort put in by so many people that, aren't going to get credit for what they did to bring All-Star here. So, trying to make it the best All-Star the WNBA's ever had. I know we'll certainly do that, but also, it is certainly a cool honor for sure.
Have you seen your billboard that's going up on the JW?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Anytime you get on the JW in Indianapolis, like, that's a big deal. Good.
Caitlin Clark has resumed basketball activities with the Indiana Fever after missing recent contests due to injury concerns. The star guard provided a comprehensive health status report during media availability, offering insights into her recovery progress and availability for upcoming competitions. Clark received notable recognition by earning selection as a WNBA All-Star team captain after accumulating an impressive 1.2 million fan votes. This achievement represents a significant milestone in her professional career and demonstrates her widespread popularity among basketball supporters nationwide.
Looks like she's kind of jogging around okay. And I have a feeling that, like, she's gotten scans. The reason they're saying day to day is I think that it is actually day to day because I think they don't have a clue what's wrong with her. I think it's going to be diagnosed just like her quads, just like obviously the MRI showed us quad strain and then it was okay and she still seemed like there was something wrong. I don't think they know what's wrong with her. I think it's one of those, like...
Both Clark and head coach Stephanie White addressed reporters regarding the team's current situation and preparation for crucial upcoming matchups. The discussions covered various topics including injury management, team chemistry, and strategic approaches for high-stakes games. During the media session, Clark acknowledged the significance of Indianapolis hosting All-Star festivities, expressing appreciation for the community support and organizational efforts. She emphasized the collective work undertaken by numerous individuals who contributed to bringing the prestigious event to the city.
Thanks.
What do you feel like is a positive trait?
A positive what? Sorry. Trait? I think just adversity in itself. Like, nobody said this season was going to be perfect for us. There's always going to be ups and downs. And, I think as we get moving here and get to All-Star, then get through All-Star, like, these are the moments that we're going to look back on and hopefully be able to, give a lot of credit to for certain situations that we were put in, for, injuries or, coach it not being here for a couple games too.
The situation becomes more complex when considering the pursuit process that brought Bonner to Indiana initially. The organization actively recruited her services, making her subsequent departure particularly frustrating for franchise officials and supporters alike. Questions arise about how thoroughly the team evaluated cultural fit and long-term compatibility during their recruitment efforts. Allegations have surfaced suggesting Bonner may have rejected multiple trade opportunities arranged by the Fever front office. According to anonymous sources within basketball circles, these potential deals could have provided value to the organization rather than losing her services entirely without compensation.
I think it's going to be one of those weird injuries where it's like it'll be found out that it's like as I've said, I think it could very well be a pinched nerve that is just causing all the problems in her leg. Something like a pinched nerve in her hip, which is causing groin pain, which is what caused extra stress on her quad. Like, I have a weird feeling. Again, like, I'm not a doctor, but I am a man who has gotten a lot of injuries, and as someone who has had a pinched nerve in my hip and was like...
Clark mentioned awareness of promotional materials featuring her image, including billboard advertisements along major Indianapolis thoroughfares. She recognized the honor of such prominent placement within the city's marketing landscape, understanding the cultural significance of such visibility. When discussing team development throughout the season, Clark highlighted adversity as a defining characteristic of their journey. She noted that expectations never included a perfect campaign, acknowledging that ups and downs represent natural elements of competitive basketball.
Like, everybody's been through a little bit of adversity here, so I think just giving our group credit for being able to stick together and, know that whatever's in our locker room is really all we need to go out there and win. And I'm honestly just really proud of our group every single day, like, come back with the same energy, same attitude, and wanting to get better. So I think just, being in situations that have been, tough and responding really well every single time is what we can always fall back on.
How did you feel after going through whatever? To what extent?
The guard emphasized how challenging situations have strengthened team unity and resolve. She cited various difficulties, including injuries and coaching absences, as opportunities for growth and character development among roster members. Clark expressed pride in her teammates' consistent energy and commitment to improvement despite facing multiple obstacles. She praised the group's ability to maintain positive attitudes and dedication to collective success regardless of external circumstances.
2 physio appointments away from being sent for scans. Like, physio was this close to sending me for a scan because he thought I had torn labrum. No, I had a pinched nerve. But she wants to be Tyrese Halliburton, tights and a bun. It's literally Diana Taurasi. She's out there. It's Diana Taurasi. She just needs baggy shorts. She just needs the baggy shorts.
Regarding her current physical condition, Clark described feeling positive about her recovery progress while emphasizing a day-to-day approach to availability assessments. She outlined her commitment to working closely with medical staff to optimize her health status for competition. The player stressed her goal of being available for every contest, describing preparation and treatment as ongoing priorities. She indicated willingness to do whatever necessary to maintain peak physical condition for team participation. Clark identified Tuesday's upcoming game as a significant opportunity for team development, particularly regarding high-pressure performance experience. She described the opponent as experienced and accomplished, having reached championship finals and captured the Commissioner's Cup previously.
You went through today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. I'm going to be day-to-day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time. You know, that's always my goal, is to be available for the next game, and doing everything I can with the medical staff to be able to get my body right, to be able to do that. And but yeah, I feel good, and you know, just going day by day.
How important do you feel like this game is Tuesday, given the fact that this team needs to experience big time wins together for the first time?
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for us. You know, we're going to go in there, and they have a great crowd.
The matchup represents a valuable measuring stick for Indiana's playoff readiness and competitive maturity. Clark emphasized the importance of maintaining their established playing style rather than altering approaches due to increased stakes or pressure. Regarding all-star team selection responsibilities, Clark expressed intentions to recruit teammates for her roster whenever possible. She admitted unfamiliarity with the specific draft process, but confirmed plans to prioritize familiar faces when making choices. Coach White provided additional context about the upcoming Commissioner's Cup opportunity, describing it as a franchise-defining moment. She emphasized proper preparation and respect for the competitive opportunity while acknowledging Minnesota's exceptional two-way capability.
Also, Steph wearing her shoes. What? Oh, Steph is wearing the Caitlin Clark shoes. Seems obvious she's playing nice shoes too. Oh yeah, Stephanie White is wearing the shoes. In fairness, like, it would be, is that leg sleeves in a pun? Who is this? Like, you can use the leg sleeve, Caitlin. I think what they're probably trying to do is,
White characterized the game as a comprehensive evaluation of team culture and seasonal development. She described it as a crucial assessment of playoff preparedness and competitive identity for the organization. The coach noted the historical significance of participating in Indianapolis's first Commissioner's Cup competition, drawing parallels to other inaugural achievements throughout Clark's career. She mentioned Clark's involvement in Purdue's first national championship and Indiana's WNBA championship aspirations. When discussing team motivation, White indicated that financial incentives have captured players' attention more than historical significance. She viewed the additional competition as valuable experience for continued improvement and growth.
Great environment, a team that's very experienced with one another, have been in the finals, have been in big situations, won the Commissioner Cup last year. So I think it's a really great opportunity for us to go in there and, you know, see what we're made of, have a little pressure, but also like just go out there and play our game. Just know that you don't have to play any different than we have been playing, and you know, personnel will be really important, but you know, we're certainly excited to go out there and try to play for something and get the win.
Figured to have a couple familiar faces in the All-Star roster.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding All-Star preparations, White expressed excitement about Indianapolis hosting the event and anticipated exceptional fan support. She compared expectations to previous NBA All-Star experiences in the city, predicting enthusiastic community engagement. White acknowledged Clark's upcoming general manager responsibilities for All-Star team construction while declining to offer drafting advice. She deferred such guidance to actual front office personnel, preferring to maintain coaching boundaries. Concerning Clark's practice participation, White clarified that activities remained limited to non-contact shooting and offensive work. She emphasized gradual progression to prevent potential setbacks while monitoring recovery closely.
I think realistically, they are trying to see if maybe some compression is going to help it, if maybe just keeping it hot, maybe some heat. Like, obviously it's not putting major heat on it, but you can put some sort of, like, it can keep the heat in a little bit more, and like maybe they can. Maybe that'll help.
The coaching staff continues implementing cautious rehabilitation protocols to ensure complete healing before full competition returns. This measured approach prioritizes long-term health over immediate availability concerns. Clark's return to practice activities signals positive momentum in her recover timeline, though complete participation remains pending medical clearance. The team maintains optimism about her availability for crucial upcoming contests while respecting necessary precautionary measures. The All-Star captain designation adds additional responsibility and recognition to Clark's already impressive rookie campaign. Her record-breaking vote total demonstrates unprecedented fan engagement and marketing appeal within professional women's basketball.
Teammates.
Yeah.
Have you already gone through that process? Do you expect some gift baskets from some of your teammates that joined you there in the roster?
I mean, obviously I'm going to try to get my teammates on my team. Why wouldn't I? That's obviously the goal. And, you know, once they come out with whoever has made it and whoever hasn't, I guess I get to pick and choose. I don't really know how it works. I guess I just found out 2 hours ago. But obviously my first goal will certainly be able to have my teammates on my team. So, absolutely.
Kelsey, how refreshing is just kind of having...
These developments occur during a critical juncture for Indiana's season, with playoff positioning and organizational credibility at stake. The team's ability to perform without their star player has become a significant storyline affecting long-term competitive prospects. Recent developments suggest Caitlin Clark may potentially participate in the upcoming Commissioner Cup competition, though certainty remains elusive. Observable changes in her practice attire and activity level indicate possible progress in her recovery process, marking a departure from previous cautious approaches to her physical condition. Video footage reveals Clark wearing full practice gear, including compression garments and her characteristic hairstyling, resembling veteran player Diana Taurasi's typical appearance during training sessions. The visual similarity extends to her overall presentation and demeanor during basketball activities, creating an amusing parallel between the two athletes.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is, and I do think that I think in general the Fever are going to be fine. I think the Fever are going to be fine long term. I think Caitlin's going to be fine long term because she hasn't had any major injuries. It's just trying to figure out what the hell is causing the minor injuries. That is pretty much it.
Clark's movement patterns during practice appear deliberately measured, with jogging replacing more intensive activities. This conservative approach likely reflects ongoing uncertainty regarding the exact nature of her physical issues. Medical evaluations continue to classify her status as day-to-day, suggesting diagnostic challenges persist among healthcare professionals. The injury situation bears resemblance to previous quad complications, where initial scans provided limited clarity about underlying problems. Medical uncertainty may stem from complex interconnected issues rather than straightforward muscular damage. Speculation centers around potential nerve-related complications that could manifest as growing discomfort while affecting multiple muscle groups.
The last day to maybe mentally reset and look ahead now to what is a big game for this franchise, being a championship.
It's a big deal. I think that you got to approach it the right way. You got to respect the fact that you're there. You got to do right by it. So preparing and doing everything you need to do leading up to this point is very important. And if you know Minnesota, you know how great they are on both ends of the floor. So everything is important up until it tips off that night.
Have you been feeling a little bit better, a little bit different, or did you kind of...
Nerve impingement in the hip region could theoretically create referred pain patterns affecting both groin and quadriceps areas. Such conditions often prove difficult to diagnose through standard imaging techniques, requiring specialized evaluation methods. Personal experience with similar conditions suggests physiotherapy intervention sometimes precedes more comprehensive diagnostic procedures. Clark's practice appearance includes protective compression wear designed to provide support and maintain muscle temperature. These garments serve dual purposes of injury prevention and therapeutic benefit during rehabilitation activities. The decision to utilize such equipment indicates medical staff commitment to exploring various treatment approaches.
That is pretty much it. Like, you're trying to figure out what the minor injuries are, and you're trying to figure out just how much they're going to be affecting her, and whether or not it's going to be whether or not it's a risk for her going out. Because realistically, if it's a risk, there's no reason why she would play. If there's any sort of a risk, I doubt.
Coaching staff members, including Stephanie White, have been observed wearing Clark's signature footwear, suggesting confidence in her eventual return to active competition. This subtle show of support reflects organizational optimism regarding her recovery timeline and future participation. The compression sleeves and specialized equipment represent attempts to address discomfort through external support mechanisms. Heat retention and targeted pressure application may provide symptomatic relief while underlying issues resolve naturally. These interventions often prove effective for minor muscular complications that resist immediate diagnosis.
Just read the room here and be like, hey, I got to elevate my game a little bit more these last few weeks.
No, I'm me. I am who I am. Who I am just comes to, it's not always gonna be pretty, it's not gonna be perfect, but I always value to give my best and do my best. So lately it's just, a leap of faith, obviously, but you like to think that you prepare for moments and that when they do come and when rhythm happens, you utilize it for the right circumstances. So lately, I just try to be in it and be.
Long-term prognosis appears favorable given the absence of major structural damage in previous evaluations. Clark's injury history remains relatively minimal, with current issues representing minor setbacks rather than career-threatening complications. The primary challenge involves identifying and addressing the root cause of recurring discomfort. Risk assessment will ultimately determine Clark's availability for upcoming competitions. Medical professionals typically err toward caution when uncertainty exists regarding potential complications. Team management would likely prioritize long-term health over short-term competitive advantages in any decision-making process.
I doubt they're going to put her on the floor with there being a risk, to be honest. I highly doubt it. And look, I think the Fever are going to be okay. I think the Fever are going to be okay. And I'd say she's probably itching to get back for that game. She was there for media availability. She did have media availability, and I don't know where exactly this came from.
Recent media availability sessions provided opportunities for Clark to address questions about her condition and upcoming events. Her responses reflected cautious optimism while maintaining realistic expectations about recovery timelines. The willingness to participate in such activities suggests meaningful progress in her rehabilitation efforts. Clark expressed appreciation for All-Star game recognition and the opportunity to compete in Indianapolis. She acknowledged the extensive preparation efforts by numerous individuals working to create an exceptional event. Her comments demonstrated awareness of the broader impact and significance of the competition beyond personal achievements.